Now, we will be joined by the Chief Executive Officer, that's the CEO of Khalifat, talking about Michael Amufele from Imo, Owerri. That's where he is joining us to tell us more about what went down, why they had to make the U-turn, and of course, how they feel about this particular sanction that is on them. Because according to the press release they brought out earlier today, is the fact that they've had a good dialogue, a fruitful and positive dialogue with the NPFL, and that's why they are back in it. Good evening, sir. It's great to have you join us on the show tonight.
Yeah, good evening, my sister. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for joining us. There's so many questions that people are asking, especially starting from when Khalifat actually made the appeal to NPFL, what the response you guys got, why you pull out, and where you're coming in. Just tell us more about this, because we want answers.
First of all, the reason why we pulled out initially was because I think we are neglected. Because before we were able to process everything, we sent a letter to the NPFL initially, understand, which they never replied us. Understand, we felt neglected. But at the end of the day, my coach called us for a meeting with the captain, and the players were like, we just have to go and finish what we started. We can't just chicken out. We can't just leave the league like that. Understand? My players were the first people who made sure we have to go back and finish what we started. So it's not because of NPFL or anything. For us, within us, the players said we have to go and finish what we started. Understand? And I thought of it, and I was like, if you people believe we can still make anything good from this NPFL, let's go. That's it.
Okay, it was because of the players that you guys have to come back. But what actually transpired? Because the story we heard that the NPFL didn't really get the letter that you sent earlier, and then they're pulling out. Of course, you have to, look at the players. But how are you guys going to pay the fine out, 10 million naira, knowing that, having to travel has been a problem, for Khalifat? Because that's one of the reasons stated in that letter that came out, the appeal that you made to the NPFL.
Okay, first of all, we are not having any issues in traveling. I don't know if you understand me. By the grace of God, we have played from the week 1 to week 23. I believe you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
So now, coming to our traveling plans, we just played Remo.
Yeah.
I think on 25th. That was on Monday.
Yeah.
We played Remo on Monday in Ibadan. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Leaving Remo from Ibadan on 26th, either 27th, on 27th, yeah. We played Remo on 26th. Left Ibadan on 27th. On 28th, the players has to rest. Are you getting me?
Yes.
On 29th, we played Kwara United. And before we played Kwara United, my general manager and my secretary, I believe they wrote a letter sent to NPFL board that we can't honor this match. We can't finish playing this match on Thursday to honor match in Maiduguri, which from Owerri to Maiduguri is 60 hours. Are you getting me? 60 hours.
You said 60 hours?
16. You mean
like
16?
60 hours for us to be able to go from Owerri to Maiduguri is 2 complete days. And if you get to Maiduguri from 6 p.m., you can't be able to enter Maiduguri. You must wait from that 6 p.m. to in the morning.
Okay. We need to go on a break now. When we'll come back, of course, Austin's got some couple of questions for you. I know he's daring enough to actually ask this question. But after this break, we'll continue with this conversation concerning Khalifat and why they pull out of NPFL initially. But welcome back. Bolu, I know you want to chip in some of the things you just talked about. So what do you think so far? I mean, he's talking about the fact that 60 hours to Owerri, and they wrote to NPFL. But the stories from NPFL is that they didn't get any official letter.
Well, earlier today we had a conversation with, he said we should call him Dr. Gbenga Elegbele, and he said a different story entirely. I believe there's either a mix-up somewhere or there's conflict in the conversations where he said what he knew about the whole story was a WhatsApp conversation, that there was no official reports to them about pulling out. That's on one side. On the other side, the truth is there's no way in heaven and earth they will cancel or postpone any fixture because of travel logistics, except there's anything, God forbid, accident or too many injuries in a team. But in all, I still blame the licensing regulations that we failed to follow through. If you had gone through those licensing regulations, there are some basic things that are a norm. You can play every other day. You can play once in a week. No fixture will be moved. Before the season started, we have a fixture plan already. I believe there has to be, oh, this is how we'll go through this. There was a time Real Madrid played 6 straight away games in all competitions. They had to.
Real Madrid got the money. Let's Real Madrid got the money. We'll come back to it. Let's quickly get to Austin, ask some questions, then we'll get back to you, concerning these analyses you were trying to make, because we can't compare Real Madrid.
Let's go back to the Chief Executive Officer, Khalifat FC, Michael Amafula. Let's go back to, you have a valid reason when you stated some of the things that your club has been through and why you couldn't make that trip to Maiduguri. But did you know about that fixture from the start of the season? Did you know that this fixture will be like this and you need to plan for it? Did you know?
Okay, now, first of all, I know about the fixture. And this wasn't the first fixture we started NPFL 2025-2026 season with. This fixture we changed in the middle of the season. This current mid-season, midweek, and co. Yeah. Are you getting me? And which I complained about it even before now. Understand? Let me make it make sense to you, for you to understand what I was trying to say. Now, this is it. We are living on 27th, resting on 28th. These are human beings, these are players.
Okay.
Are you getting me? What I was trying to get for us is for us to get results. And we need the revenue where we will play and play comfortably. Are you getting me? We can't leave Owerri on Friday, get to Maiduguri on Sunday, and be able to play on Monday. Are you getting it? It's not all about the money here. We're not talking about the money here.
Yeah.
If it's all about the money, I will make it very, very clear. But in as much as it's not all about the money, money is still involved, because for us to play in Maiduguri, go back to Owerri, come back to Kano again next week, because we are heading to Kano. We are playing Barowa in Kano next week.
Yeah.
For the league itself to assist the private-owned personnels like me, because I don't have that money to throw. I'm not a government team. And my state is not even assisting me. I just pray my governor will come to our aid and assist us, because they are not assisting us.
I think that's the main issue we need to address. Does Khalifat have the financial capacity to operate as a professional football league, to play top flight league football in Nigeria?
No, that's just the fact.
Good.
We can't.
Good.
Understand? Because
Good.
Initially, all our plan is, this is not my team. This is not my team. This is our state team. I believe this is a pride I brought home. Nobody has ever done it. I floated this team from NLO 1, NLO 2, NNL to NPFL. In the history of Nigerian football, nobody has ever done it.
So now that you knew you didn't have the financial capacity, because I know with my private investigations, right after Super 8, there were talks about different clubs, state government wanting Khalifat and take their slot. So if you knew that you didn't have the financial capability to play professional football, why did you go on?
My brother, first of all, I never wanted to play NPFL. You're hearing it from me now. Michael Chukwudamipel, I'm telling you the fact. Are you getting me? I never wanted to play NPFL. The dream was just to showcase young, talented football from Imo State, from states, from anywhere in Nigeria, showcase their career and move them to the best team ahead. Are you getting me? By the grace of God, we played and we were able to participate to win NNL, to promote to NPFL. Now, I wanted to say this lot, but from the from the NPFL, they made it mandatory that we can't sell any slots. It's not even me. It's not even my state government. No. The state we wanted to sell is not even the state that was supposed to buy this lot is Ondo. Sunshine.
Sunshine Stars.
Are you getting me? Not even my state. Like, there was never a time my state government were interested in NPFL.
Okay, so now the problems are still there. You first threatened to get out of the league, and now you're back. First, another thing I want to correct, because we as the media, we want to hear all sides of the story, and we're speaking to you first. We'll get the NPFL people to come on. When you and your club put out that press statement that you are withdrawing from the league, did you make an official communication to the NPFL body saying we are not doing it anymore? Did you do that?
First of all, the media team wrote what they wrote. Then in the morning, I got a call from my coach, Obinaya. He called me and he was like, Pali, I wanted to see you. The boys want to have a meeting with you. I was like, I can't come down now. I have to head to something. He was like, even though it's 10 minutes or 15 minutes, at the training section, let's discuss. I got to our training ground. The players called me and they were like, boss, if they can get to this stage with 22 points, they believe they can bring this team out. If it's all about the salary or any other thing, logistics, financially and cool, we can manage ourselves and push ourselves to make sure we finish what we started. Understand? I never got any call from anybody, and I never made any official statement like sending a mail to NPFL and co. So that morning, I think I discussed with Fuji, which is my secretary, and I was like, bro, I think we just need to focus on Shooting Star. Understand? Communicate with the media team and co.
So so CEO, that is a major problem, because when I reached out to the NPFL, I said, oh, Austin, the same way you're seeing it on social media, that's how we're seeing it. So I think if you want to do the right thing professionally, that you're not part of the league again, the first body to communicate with is the league body that has given you fine for not honoring your match on match day 23 or 24, because it's in the rule book that if you do not honor a league match, you lose 3 points, and then you get the fine of 10 million which they've given to you. As you said, financial problems are still there with Khalifat. How are you going to execute the rest of the season?
I believe we started well financially and we'll end well. That's just the only thing I can say. But for me, I still pray and wish our state government, because this is the only NPFL team we have in Imo State. We don't have any other one as it stands now. For us to hold the one we have and let it float. But I believe the way we started is the way we are going to finish financially.
Okay, are you trying to, apart from the state government now, because government money sometimes doesn't come out early when you apply. Sometimes they say they release the funds. It's for the fund to actually get to the person that wants to use the money. Execution is really what matters. Are you looking at other ways of seeking for sponsorship? Because we've seen some privately owned clubs that actually have sponsors. We've seen the Ikorodu City. We've seen some other clubs, other privately owned clubs that actually have sponsors. Are you looking at other ways? Because Imo State, Owerri, I mean, do we want to talk about the big boys that we have? I mean, you're from Igbo land. I'm not trying to, say anything out of the ordinary. But we know that we have traders, we have people who can actually want to put in money. Are you exploring other avenues where you can actually make money to run it fully? Because relying on state government, that may not be a good idea for you.
To me, originally, I'm somebody who believes in synergy. And I'm ready to work with anybody, partnership, sponsorship. I'm ready to partner with anybody that believes in the dream of these young youths. That's the most important thing. For me, I believe I can work with anybody who is ready to work with Khalifat FC, financially, academically, and otherwise. The most important thing we need now is just to make sure we see people who believe in the dream of having a great team in Imo State.
Have you started making the move right now? You're just there waiting for the state government. Have you made the move, to actually involve other people to come in and, sponsor?
Sure. Recently, me and my market department, Jenny, I think we have done a lot and we are expecting a lot too.
Okay.
Really soon.
Yeah, hopefully you can get that support that you need because Khalifat, I mean, I watched some of their games against Benin Insurance. You guys had a draw, and against Bayelsa, you went to Bayelsa to beat Bayelsa 2-1, and all happened this season. So, which is a good step.
And we are winning Shooting Star on Sunday.
Hopefully, all the best, and I hope your fans will actually come out because that's a home game for you. The fans can actually come out to support the ticketing and the money that comes from there. You guys will be able to make enough money to finish the season because we want more privately owned clubs to be part of the NPFL. Thank you so much, Michael Amifele, for joining us on the show tonight.
God bless you. Have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, Bolu. I mean, when he was some of the, what do you think, really?
I think he had a recap after the break because before the break, the earlier conversation switched a bit after the break. In the end, based on all the conversations, he has a portion of the blame, a huge chunk himself. The rule book is clear. You miss your game, you lose that match automatically. Then I don't know about the money. Maybe if the reason they couldn't go, basically was for the money. Maiduguri to Owerri is not 60 hours. That one on the other side. So maybe it was a mix-up or something.
It talks about when you get to a particular place, you can't travel after 6 p.m. So you have to wait and travel the next day. So you already have like
that's why many have called for how do we make the NPFL better?
Regional.
Does it be, do we do zonal? Do we do by region? Do we do abridged version? At the end of the day, it is out to work. For years, for decades, the Scottish League, they are just 12. They play all together, then top 6 and bottom 6. Just find what will work. If for now we cannot run professionally like the 18, 20 teams, let's just find a way to enjoy ourselves. That's all we want. We don't mind if it's even 10 clubs. Yeah. So long we enjoy a professionally run NPFL that would enjoy. I don't mind. Anyhow it works, just make it work.
Make it work, right? And make it work. That's what is important. I hope NPFL can have, because something you mentioned earlier, before the beginning of the season, usually, I mean, they have rules and regulations, you know.
We say it by mouth, we still don't follow.
But we don't follow. Because if they had followed, they would know clubs that cannot really, you know, be part of the 20 team. We'll leave it there, right? Conversation obviously continues. Nwabali, I mean, the story when Khalifat was trending, Stanley Nwabali was also trending. At this summer, that's when his contract will be over. But just in February, he's leaving. He has left Chippa United, 76 games, 25 clean sheets, and not just that. I mean, this season alone, he's been in 11 games, 2 clean sheets, considered about 16 goals before he went for the Nations Cup. But after they came back, and he says, well, it's the end of the road for him with that club. But there is no specific. He's a free agent right now. So those who are looking for goalkeepers from around the world, you know, Super Eagles, the best goalkeeper at the moment, is actually available. I'm not his agent, but
I want to believe he already has an agreement with the team.
Okay.
Because one, you'll be a free agent in the summer. Why not wait till then? So for you to terminate your contract, there's no talk about him joining whoever, either in Europe or Africa. But I want to believe even if it's a gentleman's agreement with the club, because it will make absolutely no sense if there's no club available and you are terminating your contract. It will affect your career. You are not young, and you are the first choice of Super Eagles. If he does not have a club by March, if Super Eagles should invite him, I will be among those that will carry placard that no. You cannot sit down for 2 months and not play football, and you want to be the one to lead Super Eagles. So I want to believe he already has an agreement with the football club, and maybe before the end of the week, we'll get the solution.
Yeah, I'm sure Austin agrees with you on this one.
We've been through that before, Abolu. If you can remember, there was a time Francis Uzor was called to the team, and I think he wasn't playing football for quite some time, and people could only just talk, but hey, the coach called him and he was still part of it. So yeah, I agree with you. Stanley Nwabali, I think right from the AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire till date, he somehow has got us talking. I like him, you know, because he went through so much, lost both parents, came under a lot of criticism, and he stayed focused. Whether you agree or not, yes, football is team sport, but some persons just need to show up, you know, and come out big. Against Morocco, he did his part in the penalty shootout, but unfortunately, Samuel Chukwueze and Bruno Imeche missed theirs, and that was it for Nigeria. In the third place match, stopped Mo Salah's penalty, the first penalty, stopped Mamouchi's penalty, the second one back-to-back, arguably the most influential players in the Pharaohs of Egypt team. So I can say that he gave us, you know, that medal at the AFCON. Oh, yeah. But now he needs to show workings. If he's living cheaper, I want to see him play in a club bigger than Chippa.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's still going to stay in Africa, because he has stayed in Africa and he has done everything that we are using to talk about him now. I'm so excited, delighted, proud that he's a product of the Nigeria Premier Football League. That's why I'm so sad when we do the things that we do with league football in Nigeria, you know. So we'll wait for the announcement. We wish him well. We just have to wish him well. This is our first choice goalkeeper in the Super Eagles. So if his career gets better, the national team will benefit from it. So I've said congratulations to Stanley Nwabali on this move. You see, until we get into people's positions, Cecilia and Bolu, we won't know what they are going through. That's a fact, really. He was just done. He was just tired. He said, look, it's time to go. Activate that release clause. Goodbye, Chippa United.
It's a goodbye for him. Hopefully he gets another club soon, or rather an announcement will be made soon. And of course on the show we will definitely be giving you that update. Now let's talk about school sports. Yes, the World School Games Olympia actually happened in Doha in Qatar. The very first edition in 2026. And of course Nigerian schools went there, they conquered, because it was not just St. Xavier that participated, also Grange School also took part in it, winning medals. For St. Xavier School, you're seeing a particular picture that started it. That girl happens to be the daughter of the former president of Nigeria Football Federation. I mean, she's one of those that took part in it, and why everyone has been singing praises of her. I'm talking about Emmy Fife, Yolanda Pinnick. She's 10 years old, and of course, she had a very landmark achievement. She won gold in the 60-meter sprint in under-13 athletics, gold in 4x200 meters relay, gold medal in football. She was part of the school team in football, and of course, silver medal in shot put. So St. Xavier, overall, they won the under 11 category. Now, this 3-day event that took place in Qatar had under 11, under 13, and under 15. All of them competed in swimming, football, and of course, athletics. And that's why you have, there's also swimming. Yes, I mentioned swimming before. So that's why you have these children who went from these schools. Sometimes the environment actually shows how far you will go. So this is a flagship of the World School Games. This event series actually aimed at fostering international competition and also making friends, bringing students together across the world to compete in a high-profile, professional environment. That's what I love about it, professional environment. Guess where they actually use? It's a big place, right? Where they use. Can you guess where they use Bolu Austin?
Onikon Stadium.
Aspire Zone. Now, if you hear of Aspire Zone, so it's a top tier, it has top tier facilities. Aspire Zone in Qatar. That's where in Doha, Qatar. That's where these students actually participated. Just imagine if they continue like this, Austin. They already have how do I put international flag already.
Experience,
at 10, at 11, at 13. That's what it is for all of them. Yeah.
And Cecilia, this is what we always talk about, So shout out to everyone, that put together this World School Games Olympia. It's so heartwarming. So Nigeria's representatives, Grange School, British International School, St. Xavier School, and Riverside School. And you talked about Fife and Pinnick. So let me talk about what the guys from Grange School did. That's them right there, your picture. Fazil Tijani won gold in the boys' shot put and discus. Grange, they won 5 trophies overall. They were overall under 13 athletic champions, overall under 13 swimming champions. And look, at this stage, with this sort of world recognition and, using sports as a tool to, cultivate vital values that can be useful, not just in their lives or in the life of society. Bolu, this is really the way to go. And we shouldn't just go to this sort of competition internationally, because these schools, I'm sure you know, is for the rich. We want them to come back. We want the government. We want State Sports Council to look at this sort of things and see how we can put it into the public sector, Bolu.
Well, maybe that's why there was big traffic in front of the school yesterday. Maybe they were celebrating.
Awarding medals.
I've said it a million times. To curb underage, to grow age cheat, to grow grassroots, invest in school sports. It's as simple as that. One of my bosses back then used to say, if he was in charge of government in this country, any school that doesn't have sports facility, you have no license.
That's all.
That's the best way to groom. Look at least you know a 10-year-old in secondary school or primary school is a 10-year-old. Not I was 10. Not coach never tell us. So we need to really invest in this thing. If these guys can be this exposed at this age, 10, 9, 11, under 13, and we continue to groom them, I want to believe the federations in charge of this sport know about these things as well. Not we are the ones reporting, did this happen? It means you should nurture these guys. For example, the boy who won medals in shot put, nurture him. You can pick him up and say, well, let's give him a scholarship. This is how America pick up almost all their athletes. You are good enough, come, we'll give you scholarship. And they are the best in the world. Can we achieve the same thing? Yes, but we have to be intentional.
We have to be intentional. It's actually important, and that's why we move on to the next one quickly. When we talk about development and NIS, that's the National Institute for Sport, they're trying everything possible to ensure that they have zonal offices across the country. This time around in the Kaduna, that's why the DJ, the Director General, Philip Shaibu, paid a courtesy visit to the Kaduna State Governor, Senator Uba Sani, and while he was there, he talked about the giant stride they're making in terms of fixing the Amadou Bello Stadium, and not just that, also having an office that can actually, produce top world-class coaches, having a training courses instead of offering just ND. They can also offer HND for those coaches who are also rebooting their curriculum. Let's take a listen to them, the plans they have for NIS in Kaduna Zonal Office.
Kaduna remain the headquarters of NIS, and they will move from issuing 3-month basic training courses to now offer ND and will move to HND. That's what Kaduna will have. This here is like bringing a satellite campus of NIS to Kaduna. Because by the time we go to state, to open state offices, they will only be responsible for 3-month basic training courses. They will not be certificate, diploma certificate. So that is the significance of having the zonal office situated in the 6th geopolitical zone.
Many people are surprised that the issue of sport development in Nigeria will make 10 steps forward and 5 steps backward. It's not accidental. It's something that is simply because we have not been building capacity around sport development in Nigeria. And I'm happy you have really looked at the critical issues. When you came in there, you look at the symptoms of why we had a problem, and you attack the symptoms. I'm not surprised today. And I've no doubt in my mind, if you continue at this level, history of hostility will be very clear to you and your team. Because sport development in Nigeria is very key. We're talking about unity in our country. We're talking about peace in our country. We're talking about getting people to be gainfully employed.
So, when you're talking about peace and everything, you understand that when everything is actually going down, when the facilities are not there, there is nothing you can do about it. I'm happy that these people, they actually know and understand what this means. So hopefully, others will take a cue and we have more facilities across the country. That's the key for us to have a viable sport economy.
I think it's as simple as that. One of the best things we need to do, we talk about talent, we talk about people investing and all, but investors are not the ones who build these facilities. If the facilities are available, believe me, you will have built 5 stadiums in one location. Come back the following week. All the 5 stadia will be full. That's probably the basic thing we want the government. Give us these facilities. And it's like a bet. We will show you the things we can do. So I hope these things are not just words of mouth. At the end of maybe a 2-3 year plan, give us these facilities and we will deliver the athletes for you.
That's what it is, Austin. We need to wrap this up. We'll talk about the 4 Connect tomorrow. We'll dedicate more time for them because we can't talk about them in 30 seconds. We're wrapping up.
No, they perform too good for us to just talk about them that way. So let's leave it for tomorrow. Well, shout out to the DG of the NIS and all of the reforms that he's trying to put in place for the NIS to come back to what you know them to be back in the day. That's the show in London. I'm Austin Okonakpan. In everything you do, remember to keep talking sports. Bye for now.
It's important, right? Sports, unifying factor everywhere across the world. Bolu, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
It's always a pleasure coming around.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Have a good night's rest.